Guys, today we're gonna be creating this Disney mini traveler's notebook. It's so easy, and I know you have the basic ingredients to create this. So let's get started. Woo, woo, woo. Guys, so let's get started. We're going to start with this cover, and I'm going to laminate it with you and show you how to make holes, but I've already pre-cut them. Everything is going to be in the description box below, but this one is a sheet of 6 3/4 by 10.5 sheet of paper, and you're going to score it at 4 3/4, 5 1/4, and 5 3/4, which means that you're going to fold it, you're going to burnish it on the first and last score mark. Do not do it on the second, because that's just a marker as to where is the middle portion. Okay, so what I suggest you do is you mark I know this is quite a busy pattern, but mark the center, 2 dots on the center, and that's why the score mark is there. I know I dotted 2 centers, and that's where your elastic cord would be. And then, depending on how many signatures you want for this project, we're going to be doing 3 signatures. So I'm going to mark it here. So mark this one, because that's just in case you want to put a special dangle. Mark something below that, and right there. So 3. 1, 2, 3, and that's where you're going to punch your hole for the signatures. And then do the same thing for the opposite side. This one, and this one. I hope you see that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to laminate this one first. Let me get my laminator. Okay, so I'm preheating my laminator for 5 mil. Please, if you have access to, or if you haven't bought your laminating sheet yet, please get the 5mm laminating sheet, because that's gonna help you tremendously. It is worth paying the extra, because it is so much thicker, and you can bring your traveler's notebook to every place. I like corner rounding. I like corner rounding my traveler's notebook. I'm using the 4mm side if you're using the We Are Memory Keepers. If you're not using the We Are Memory Keepers, then you can just use a corner rounder punch. What I'm doing is I'm just putting it in there. This is very specific. I don't know if you can see it, but what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I leave maybe the reason why we're doing it this way is because we are going to put a pocket. Okay, so you're going to leave maybe 1/8 of an inch border in your laminating. I don't know if you can see it, but try to leave 1/8 of an inch right here. I don't think you can see it, but I just want to make sure you leave just a little bit. It is very specific. And then we will laminate, because this one we're going to fold, and that's going to be your pocket. So let's do that. I'm going to laminate it. Be right back. Okay, so now we are done laminating. You're going to notice that there's this extra side, so you remove that and keep that, because you're going to use that for future projects. So I cut it with a curve, just so I don't have to use my corner rounder for acetate. So this is what we have so far, right? The next part you do is you determine which one is the front. So I think I like this one as the front. I mean, I don't think it matters. I like them both. But I think this would also be cute. So we'll do this one as the front. Yeah, let's do this as a front. So I'm folding use your bone folder. I'm using the first, I'm burnishing the first and the third. Use your bone folder, please. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. After that, we're going to fold it just like that. You can use, like, you can stitch on this if you want to. You can use double-sided tape if you want to. I'm just rounding this one. I'm going to stitch this one when I come back. I've already have it stitched, but this is how you process this one. This score mark right here in the middle, you just cut it at a diagonal and you snip this part off. You take this one off because you're not going to need that. Just like that, you can throw that. So either you stitch here and here, or what you can do is you can also glue it or use double-sided tape. I prefer the stitching part because it's really gonna be like really stable if you want to put some stuff onto it. So I'm gonna, when I come back, I will have the stitching because it's so much better. It looks so much better and it's sturdier. I'm just curving the edges. So let me stitch it up. Okay, so now that I've stitched it, stitching around it is very optional. Now that you've stitched or you've attached the side, now you can put cards in here or what have you, you know. But I think it's very functional. The next part is we're going to punch our holes. I have my super old, I don't even remember what this is called, but this is super old, like your puncher. I am going to get my, okay, since I used a friction pen to kind of, since I used my friction pen, it got erased because of the heat of the lamination. So don't do that. You use a regular pen for your markers. Anyway, that's okay with me. I can kind of approximate where it was. So you punch 3 holes. So 1 hole here, 3 holes for your signatures, 2 holes in the middle to hold your closure, and then do the 3 on the bottom as well. That is pretty much it when it comes to that. The next part we're going to be talking about is creating the signatures. So you're going to set this aside. You're going to be creating your signatures. So in this case, we're going to create 3 signatures, and each signature cover is 6 by 8.5. So 6 inches in height, 6 inches in height, and the width is 8.5. And you're going to fold that in half. Okay. So the number of signatures depends on however much you want. And then the sheets, these sheets go on the inside of the signatures. And this is a 6 by 8 inch paper, and you just fold it in half. Each signature, you can do 3 to 4, however much you want. You can either do 3, 5, or 10 sheets per. So we're going to do 5 on this one. And you're going to insert it right here. So the height is the same, but look, it gives you like a quarter leeway. And then after that, you're going to get your long arm stapler so you can staple your signature. So this one I got from Staples, but this is now available in Amazon for a cheaper price. This one is the old school one. And it requires heavy duty staples. And the brand is Staples. Right there. So you create however much you prefer. When I come back, I would have 4. I'm doing 4 signatures, which I made a mistake. So I guess I'm going to just do 3 signatures because look, I only put 3 in there. So we're going to do 3 signatures, because that's what we have. That's the number of holes we have. So we're gonna staple right there. And then you can definitely expand on this one because you know, you can put pockets, you can do whatever you prefer in these, because they are so cute. Okay, so red one. Okay, right there. So we have 2, and then I'll get the signatures and add it to this red one, so we can make it, this one is a little bit on the thicker side. So you just do the same thing. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to set this aside. So now that you have your signatures right there, you're going to set these aside. These are all the signatures that you're going to put in your book. Again, you can do 4, 5, 6, however many you prefer. It is up to you. I'm going to teach you how to do the stringing. I use 2 kinds of cording. And this one is 2 mm cording. I think this one is 1 or 0.5. I use this one. I think this is 0.5 or 1. Not sure. But I use a thinner one because it helps me with the beads. So what I do is I just insert it right here from the outside. I have another tutorial that involves the bigger size traveler's notebooks, and I do it the same way. So you're going to add your, from the outside, you're going to add your first one on the first hole, and then you have it go through the entire thing, and it goes to the matching hole right there. After that, you're going to go to the next, so that you can create, your goal is pretty much to create a holder for your traveler's notebooks. And then you go through that right there, and you go to the next hole. Super simple, super easy. Right there. That is that. If you want to do additional, you can if you wanted to. If you want to do like additional holders, just in case you change your mind and you wanted to add more, this is your opportunity if you wanted to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to add one more, just in case I wanted additional one. And I'm going to go have it traverse right there. It's just going back and forth. And then this one, because I'm going to close this now, I'm going to cut it. So this one, I'm closing it and putting it in the middle. Okay, so that I can tie it off pretty much. So I'm tying it off just like this. I tie it 3 times. One more. It's so easy to make these. It's addicting. If you wanted to create something that has a spine, like a beaded spine, you can if you wanted to. What I did is I added this separately. I added it separately with another string, just in case you want to remove it and your string for your traveler's notebooks are not affected. So the next part is you're going to get the one for the center, and you're just going to measure. Just like that. You measure the length, and that's all you need. And then you put it through. This one for sure is 2 mm thickness. and then have it go through. Just like that. And this one is your middle. Okay, and then you just need to put a knot on here. And I'll make sure to secure that, pull it really, really well. So I would make sure to, this is too loose. See, it's too loose, so you adjust it accordingly. You make it a little bit tighter. So I'm going to adjust that and then check it out and adjust it accordingly. So much, much better, because just imagine you're going to put stuff inside. So that's perfect. So I'm going to make that tight. Tight, and then you cut. So it looks cleaner. That is pretty much it. It is done. This is your traveler's notebook. I'm going to show you how I decorate it with the beads. It's super easy. You just pretty much string it. See, it can accommodate 4, but I'm just using 3. Just like that, my friends. And then you, sorry, I was not in angle. And then you close it up just like that. What I do is I add, I'm going to hyperlapse it, but I add the beads. And it's so super easy. You're going to love it. Let me show you how. So here's what we have. I've taken the liberty of adding like a doodle pop, some stickers, and some stamped images. And this one is like a custom thickers that I cut. I think we're going to be going to Disney 2022. Not sure yet, but I added it like a custom kind of title. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Super easy to make. And you can decorate it however much you prefer. You can make it as simple, you can make it as elaborate as you want, and you can make as many signatures as you want. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you're making your mini traveler's notebook, I would love to see it. I hope you can tag me in Instagram. That would be so awesome. I'd love to see what you make. And if you are making one, let me know down below what theme you will be creating your first book. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful crafty day. This is Christian signing off. Bye guys.